before I do that, what I like to do, and I should have done it before I got down here, is I like to take these screws out, and they're just held with a little cardboard insert on the back side to hold this screw in. That way I can push it up tight, knowing that it's gonna fold up there nice and tight. Because sometimes I've seen guys, and I've done it too when I first started out, I get it up. As long as I can get it to where the screw is, I can just ram it home with the screw. But if the wires are kinked or hitting just right, you're not going to be able to do it, and you could bend this mounting bracket, or in most cases you're going to be installing these in a plastic box, and your threads area could strip, and you're not sucking it up tight because all these wires weren't folded down properly on the back side. Okay, we're going to look at this. We're going to make sure we've got plenty of room back here. And see, because I pulled this out a little bit, I'm just going to have to make sure I can get these wire nuts back in there, which I can like that. Okay, there's a definite little area where it's going to fit, and I can get it all in there because I put that deeper box in there. Glad I did that. Okay, time to just get in here and get it done. Ooh, almost dropped the camera. I'm on a mat here. I'm trying to hold the camera up properly and do this. It's a little tricky here, so bear with me. Get resituated. Okay, so I like to kind of pull the wires down this way, hold my hand here, and kind of S it up into place like that. And then I can take that and see, I can kind of wedge this in where I think it needs to go, and I can kind of push it in there like that and make sure everything's going to go properly. Okay, that's why I like to get those screws out of there, so that I can do this. If you have the screws in there, you can't push it in tight. All right, now I can put the screws in and tighten it home. One more thing I wanted to tell you about this. Before you get it all the way in, if this is not straight, you want this straight from left to right. You don't want it tweaked. And I got it in there really good. But if you need to twist it, you can kind of bend it to the right or to the left, rearrange the wires. You kind of want to do that as you get it about where you want before you start putting your screws in, and then you can kind of tweak the wires a little bit and push it down. Another good reason why I like to leave those screws out first. You know, now I can screw it in comfortably. And you know, initially I was thinking about putting a 2-gang metal box in here. I would have had plenty of room, but the reason why I ended up not doing that was because I couldn't find a metal cover with a blank on one side and the duplex on the other. I guess I could have bought a little blank plate, kind of snapped it into the cover or something. But usually what I like to do, and if you were noticing, if you watched the initial video, there was a plastic cover plate over the metal box, and I could have gotten a plastic plate, a 2-gang box, and then a different type of cover, and then a plastic cover plate with a duplex on one side and a blank on another. Let's say on metal boxes, I like to put metal cover plates. And so I'm going to go ahead and put this metal cover plate up there and be done with it. I just couldn't find a metal cover plate at the store. The blank on one side and the duplex on the other. They had all other types of arrangements, but not that, you know. Then I would have had plenty of room. But because I put the deeper box in there, I got it done anyways. Just barely, but it worked. Here's one last tip. When you're installing a metal box, lots of times right in here, from here to here, there's a little notch here and there's a little notch here, so you can set this and use this for a cut-in box, let's say, in a sheetrock wall, and they put these little battleship things that's called metal thing that fits up this way and down this way, and you fold it into the box, and you can make a cut-in box out of this type of box. But you know, before I put this in, I could have bent these tabs off. There's a little score mark at each one of those, and every plug has them. Every electrical outlet has those. If you put in a cut-in box, you break those tabs off, and I'm going to be installing one on a cut-in box here pretty soon. But you put a plastic cover plate over that in a sheetrock wall, let's say, sometimes these tabs are in the way, okay? But because I'm putting a metal cover plate on and it's underneath the sink and everything, it's going to be fine without taking those tabs off, okay? Just be aware of that, especially when you're installing cut-in boxes. You thought I was going to forget those brackets, didn't you? Well, I do what I say I'm going to do, by Joe. Okay, here's our finished product. All right. It took a little bit of doing, but you know what? I'm just an average Joe, and if I can do it, you can do it. Whew, that did some doing, but I'm done. That's it for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.